Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing the Poro King, and I'll be facing off against the Nami adventure. I'm still just wanting to complete the adventures with the required champions because I want the rewards, so I need to complete it with a Runeterra champion, and Poro King is the only one that is at a level where the adventure will be appropriately difficult. I'm just running Archangel stuff on the Poro King because I feel like the extra spell mana will be useful. So yeah, let's get going. So many friends, summon 2 random 1 cost Poros. Isn't this just extremely good for me? It helps towards Poro King's level up, and it also helps with the stronger together, right? Yeah, let's just snap pick that and move along. Worst case scenario is I get Poros that are already in my deck, so I won't benefit from the extra keywords. But best case scenario, I'll just get Poros that are not in my deck and that have different keywords, so I just win off of that. Okay, so no different keywords, but quick attack and overwhelm are keywords that I don't have in my allies yet. So now my entire board is getting buffed up by +2/+2. Yep, and now I just win because there's no way the opponent can deal with such a large board. Yep, that's what I figured. And game over. That was pretty simple. The power we've just picked up definitely proved useful there. I think that might be the sole reason we can properly win this adventure, because I know for a fact that the deck would be rather slow otherwise. Kayle, Jarvan the Fourth, or Echo. Both Kayle and Echo have anti up, which makes them a bit awkward to use. Let's reroll once, see if I get something better. Honestly, we are incentivized to let our allies die because of for the king, so maybe Kalista is decent. Yeah, let's pick up Kalista. And now for our aid. Plant 50 poison buff caps on random cards in your deck. Game start, discard 3 random cards, your epic cards cost 2 less. Do we even have epic cards in the deck? We don't have any epic cards in the deck, in fact. But isn't this just way too strong to be a common power? Or maybe the 50 buff caps are not that consistent, but they are enough to deal quite a lot of damage to you. Anyway, let's reroll the harder one. When you summon an ally, stun it. Powder Monkey. Yeah, it's decent. It's an ally that dies at the end of every turn, so it does have some sort of synergy with the For the King power. And it's not like we need to attack right away with the units we summon, right? The blocking part, however, might make it a bit more difficult, though. Those are good hits. Let's summon a Lonely Poro. And a Destined Poro, I suppose. Next turn I fully intend to go for the Chemtech Caterpillar, so I can start buffing up my board. Not if the opponent decides to kill one of my units, though. Ah, but... oh, never mind. It's quick attack, something that I already had. It's fine. I'll just play to level up Kalista and work from there. Now that I think about it, maybe that was a mistake because I can't use the Haunted Relic to block like I wanted to. Neither can I use the Solaris Shield Bearer. Maybe I can bait the opponent into pulling with the Solaris Shield Bearer. Anyway, I'm going to do this, and I have to let the 4 damage go through, I guess. I'm taking a lot of damage here, but I can just get lucky and hit lifesteal. That's an option. Okay, we already have Tough, we don't have Challenger. So hopefully this is enough to close out the... to start buffing up my units. Let's see if I can bait the opponent into using the Pile Star on something other than the Kalista. He's probably going to use it on the Kalista anyway. Yep. Should have known. Well, at the very least I have a full board that's going to receive the buff. So from here on out the opponent's probably going to struggle keeping up with the damage we can output, but not if he can hit the double elusive lifesteal. Damn. Well, our units are massive anyway, so maybe this is fine. Need to heal to deal 22. We only deal 10. But we did clear the board, and he has no more elusive lifesteal units. But he has a spell shield and lifesteal units. Should be nice if I could get a lifesteal unit myself. And another elusive. How annoying. Just had to let him hit through everything. This is surely going to be enough to close out the game, right? Thank you. Well, we only lost about 80% of our health here, so I'd say that was a great success. Not. That's my fault for going for the elusive encounter. I should have figured something like that would happen. Let's pick up the Glimpse Beyond. Card draw is nice. Now I can go Gem Dragon or Riptide Rex. Let's risk it against the Gem Dragon. Also, I'm cutting a card here. I don't think the Solaris Shield Bearer is going to do much of anything, as long as we have that negative power. So let's cut it from the deck. Citrus Courier. I don't know what Citrus Courier does. But let's think about that after I beat this encounter. If I'm not mistaken, this is going to be rough. Gem Dragon is actually a difficult encounter. Okay. I guess I'll use the Poro stories. Generate a couple of Poros. There are a couple good hits here. Let's drop down the Plucky Poro and the Lonely Poro. That's fine. As long as I can still block the 7 attack unit, I'll be fine. Okay, lets me block the 7 attack unit. Do I take the 2? I'll take the 2. How bad can a 0 cost gem be? He's not playing it yet. Let's try to start buffing up my units. So I'll just do this. I'll trade in the repeat keyword. And then I'll drop down the Plunder Poro. And we've leveled up the Poro King. And we can start buffing up our entire board. That's nice. Opponent's units are very large. But my units can get large as well. He's stunning the bigger ones, so I won't be able to properly trade into his units. Do I want to go for the Black Spear here? I'm going to play the Poro King. I think it's better than the Black Spear because it allows me to start going for snacks every turn. And the opponent didn't even play the gems for some reason. I wonder why. Anyway, let's drop down the Potty Poro. Try to get some... These are not exactly the snacks I wanted, but it's fine. Let's go double pepper snacks. Then we attack with everything except the Poro King. Okay. We do end up losing the Exalted Poro, but we clear out most of the opponent's board. And then we can use the Black Spear to remove that Gentle Gem Dragon. And now the opponent can't do anything. Probably. We have enough blockers for the units he has on board. Let's set up so that we can go for a couple of snacks on my next offensive turn. Or one snack at least. And then we attack with everything and we win the game. And we only lost 2 health. I'd consider that a victory. A very big victory, in fact. Considering how the previous game went. Do I go for the Citrus Courier? Or would I prefer the encounter that I know? Let's go for the encounter that I know. We can go get some useful things in a shop. Bouncing Blades is not one of them. Let's reroll. An actual selection, on the other hand, is... I know for a fact that we'll be able to proc it with how many keywords we're getting on our units. And for the card cut... I picked up the Scuttlegeist because it was the least bad thing out of all of the other options we were offered. But I'm tempted to just cut it. Or maybe the Heart of the Fluffed. I'll cut the Heart of the Fluffed. Since it has no item, it's slightly worse than the other cards I have. And our game plan rewards going wide, not tall. And going for it when we have no units on board just means we end up dying. Because we remove all of our units and then we end up with a stunned unit. At least for this encounter. This is good. I'm just going to drop down Callista here. She gets stunned, but it's fine. Let's trade in the one that doesn't have a keyword. I'm going to use the Haunted Relic just as a way to go ahead and level up Kalista. We also hit the 4 different keywords requirement, so now my units start getting buffed up. Yeah, it's fine if you stun both of them. Ideally, I wanted the Unleashed Spirit to die, so I could play the Black Spear. But I can make do. +1/+1. Kalista trades favorably into it. Why did he play the Kayle there? Just to buff up the one that he had in hand, maybe? Of course he attacks like that. I'll actually do this. Try to minimize the amount of damage I take here. Unfortunately, I do break the buff chain. Actually, no, I forgot. Evolve is a keyword, even though I haven't procced it. Saga Seeker, okay. Let's get some Poro snacks going. It's unfortunate that this Haunted Hell Relic is just a dead card. It's also fortunate that I had enough spare mana to do that. Remove the Kayle right away. It shouldn't be bad if he dropped down another Kayle. It would be his last one though. Ooh, we hit Evolve. Nice. But the opponent dropped down an elusive. That's annoying. Let's try to block as best as I can. I don't want to get rid of the Kalista. Let's clear that thing. We need to get rid of that elusive as soon as possible. Otherwise I have no chance of winning. Do I want to draw 2 Poros or buff Poros? Let's buff the Poros. I do intend to attack with everything here. Really? Oh, I guess he couldn't survive this, so he's not even bothering with blocking with the elusive. Ooh, that was close. Fortunately, we're going to heal up back to full after this mid-boss. So it was fine that I took that much damage there. Dragon Tooth on the Poro King or Phage? Let's go for the Phage. It's slightly more stats that might be relevant. Also, we get Powder Monkeys constantly now. Welcome gifts. Oh, definitely welcome gifts. No way I'm passing up more keywords. Allies are ephemeral. Whoa, that's terrible. Definitely not worth it. Level up is among the weakest legendary powers. Let's roll. Allies are ephemeral for Annealing Determination. You know what? For once, I'm definitely not going to pick up a legendary power because Annealing Determination is not worth it. The trouble of having ephemeral units. Let's move along. Stargazer. Last time around this was actually a rough encounter. Mostly because of my decision to pick up the legendary power. Let's see if not having a legendary power hampering our progress here is that significant. Well, thanks to the Welcome gifts, my Poros that start in play actually have a bunch of different keywords. That's a plus.
It's a big responsibility. responsibility to shepherd stars.
Okay, he's just taking the quick trade there. That's fine. He is going to buff up that by a lot.
We look after our own.
But thanks to the buffs on my units, I am actually going to be able to trade favorably thanks to the faction at Poro. I could go for the Haunted Relic, but it's unnecessary. I'd rather develop the Overwhelm unit and then go for this attack. It deals more damage. Ooh, Lifesteal Powder Monkey.
Betrayer, she scorned me.
Unfortunately, he silenced my largest Poro. It's fine. I'm actually going to save up the Lonely Poro to play alongside the Poro King so I can get more snacks this way.
Family here.
I'm not under that much threat, so I can afford to do that. The opponent isn't even going for any aggression anyway. Let's go King's Council. Draw a couple of cards. And then let's attack with everything. Since everything is massive anyway. I think it's more important to get rid of the Overwhelm unit. The opponent's very close to death. I seriously doubt he's going to be able to survive past his defensive turn. And our Poro King has lifesteal, so we're even safer because we'll be able to heal back up any damage we take. Let's drop down the Scuttlegeist, I suppose.
Through the darkness, I see something new. Hope.
Okay, that's annoying. I still have enough damage to close out the game on the board with an open attack, though, so it's fine. Okay, yeah, definitely. The difficulty in this encounter was definitely increased because last time because I decided to go for the legendary power. Immortal Poro King, Destined Poro Giant's Belt, yeah, sure. If we do get it off of the power, it now has an item on it, so it's better. And sure, I'm fine with buffing up the Black Spear so it tutors a champion. Might be relevant. Gearing up. Yeah, sure. More stuff summoned at the start of the game, it's fine. Also I'm going to pick up the Plunder Poro because it has an item on it, and an item on it makes it better if we do summon it off of the power at the start of the game. Sure, I'll keep the Poro King in hand. We proc the Unnatural Evolution right away, and we summon a massive board. Sure, I'll summon the 4/4 instead of the 3/3. Ooh. 30 damage turn 1 is definitely not something the opponent wanted to happen. And it's only going to get worse from here, because now my units get buffed up every turn.
Of course, he'd pick the highest cave.
That's not a problem at all. Sure, you can sell us the Powder Monkey, but we're only making a bigger problem because now he has more stats. And just like that we won. As it turns out, summoning a huge board on turn 1 and immediately giving the set board like +4/+4 is the kind of stuff most decks aren't equipped to deal with. I could have gone for the buff on the Poro stories, but I already had committed to the other plan. A second welcome gift is just going to make it so our deck is even more consistent. I think by this point I can just get rid of the Professor Von Yip. Won't cost allies, getting +2/+2 is barely anything in the grand scheme of things. Now let's see if Nami gets lucky with the spells she shuffles into her deck. She's definitely going to need a Ruination turn 1 in order to deal with our board. Otherwise she might just get overwhelmed. Look at that. The items on our Poros are already paying off. It allows us to go for the Kayle on the first turn. Are you going to attack opponent? No, I figured as much. Well, if you're not going to attack, I will. He survives. Just barely though.
My people are counting on me.
Well, because I unit died this round, that just exposes Nami to removal. And that's it. We definitely high rolled with this setup. This run was definitely more luck than skill on my end. Oh no, the opponent's going to do 4 damage to me and completely mess up my perfect run. Or almost perfect. That's a bit annoying. Well, let's just attack with everything and kill the opponent. There. Compared to the last run, this was... Actually, never mind. I did struggle a lot in the beginning on a couple of encounters, but it's fine. I pull through. And the victory is a victory. It doesn't matter how it starts, what matters is that you win the last encounter. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.